So you mentioned one of the things you like about teaching is holidays, right?
Yes.
How was your trip to Japan?
Yeah, Japan was awesome. Japan is such an interesting place, but if I was to go again, it wouldn't be in September. Too hot. So, but Japan is. I would recommend anyone goes. Like, it lived up to the expectations. Everyone talks so well about it, and it was amazing. You guys got to go.
How did they feel about that new movie coming out, Oppenheimer?
Oh, couldn't tell you, mate. None of them speak English. Not one Japanese person speaks English at all.
Yeah, so how do you get around?
Which I found interesting because
Yeah.
in Europe, everyone pretty much speaks English.
Yeah. How do
yeah.
you get around in Japan though? You just have a Google Translator.
Google Translate a little bit, or usually just like pointing at stuff,
Yeah.
like showing them something and like pointing, like on the menu, point. Like you can't say anything, besides like hello and thank you. So
Yeah.
How
How do you say thank you?
Arigato.
Yeah, I was gonna say something gozaimasu. What is it?
Oh, arigasaimasu. Something like that.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, but nah, cool country. Everyone's so nice. The cities are quite like cool, but I'm not that much of a city person. But the countryside is amazing.
Yeah,
Countryside's sick.
I heard it's less touristy as well, the countryside.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, it certainly
preferable.
is.
And the culture is still ratherly similar.
Yeah, it definitely is. Like we went to the top of this mountain. So I went with my girlfriend. We went to the top of this mountain. It was like 1,100 meters high, and you catch like the cable car up and stuff. And then you go even further up with like a chairlift, like when you go to the snow. And on the way, if you don't want to catch the chairlift, you can walk it. And there's like all these random Japanese games as you go up the hill. They've got like pogo sticks. They've got all this random stuff that you can play. So yeah, it's an interesting place. Like they're very much about their own culture. They're very, not westernized, which is cool.
Yeah.
I respect that a lot. So
they're an interesting culture. What I love about the Japanese is they'll perfect one craft for like 30 years and they'll be satisfied about it. They're like, oh, that's it. That's my whole life. Yeah. What do you like?
You told me you bought
I did not buy.
It's
Definitely did not.
Oh, sorry. I don't know how to like say it. Yeah.
Definitely did not. No.
Did they all talk in that cute voice?
Yeah. I got the guitars. Like when you leave, I got gozaimasu.
Yeah.
Konnichiwa.
They like doing that.
Yeah, they do.
You think it's fake?
Oh, I don't know.
I reckon it is.
It's weird because the Japanese, so we went to Hiroshima as well, and you learn about the history of all that stuff. And they were ruthless. Like, the Japanese in World War II were, like, savages, man. And they killed. And
Both our countries.
They
like,
finessed us, man.
and they were tough people. And now they're just,
they
like...
going to Vietnam.
Now they all just look like femboys and stuff. Like that.
Yeah, you got nuked once.
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
twice, sorry.
Like, if you were a Japanese...
The radiation messed with their heads, man.
If you were a grandparent, like, now, from back... And you lived back then, you grew up, and you saw your grandkids are, like, what they have now. How would you feel? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you know what I mean, but...
I know.
I get what you mean.
I get what you mean. But the fact that they still, like, instead of taking over the world, like, through dominance, like, physically, they took over the world through, like, technology and everything else, you know?
Pretty amazing.
It's they did so well.
Like,
they're
as bad as it was,
inspiration.
they were so good that they had to have a bomb dropped on them. Like,
Exactly.
2 bombs. Like, that's crazy. Like, nuke bombs.
We're lucky that literally Japan and Germany never were, like, close together. Because if that was the case,
we'd be
I
speaking
think it would be
Japanese
done.
right now.
Or
Yeah.
German.
Yeah, or German.
But, like, the Japs were actually coming pretty close to Australia when that was all happening. Like, the next place they were going was Darwin, I think.
No, they attacked Darwin.
No, they attacked
Oh,
on.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
You should know.
I'm not on the right side of history. Yeah. Well, it's pretty crazy though. But yeah, go. You should go. You guys should go. I know you went to Singapore, but
Yeah.
that sounds like a good trip.
It was, but I would love to go to Japan. But I wouldn't go to the main areas.
Yeah. Look, I'm not a city person. Like Tokyo is too busy for me.
Yeah,
But it's fun. Like it's cool.
No, but
And-
even Singapore, you get so overwhelmed with like how many people are in like one area.
yeah, and people line up for everything. Like the line for a public toilet, like 20 people. Line for a restaurant, you can wait 1 hour just to get into a restaurant. Not worth it. Like not worth it at all when you want to wait that long. So, but the food was amazing though. I'll say that.
Yeah. Recommend to go to Japan, eh? How long
Absolutely.
did you go for?
17 days. So left on the Thursday before the school holidays and got back on the Sunday, the day before we came back. So, I think it's a good amount of time. Yeah,
7
but it's
days.
pretty expensive.
You reckon Sab thought you were gonna propose?
No, she requested that I didn't.
Oh.
because she thought that I wouldn't be able to organise a proper proposal overseas.
Oh, you would have done a Matt Lamb.
And you know what? She's spot on. But there was a spot that was like absolutely perfect. So if you guys ever take your girl there, I'll tell you where to go. I'll tell you where to go to ask her.
Nice guy, Dusky.
Yeah, yeah.
Propose here.
And then you'll think of me when you propose.
I always think of you, man.
Nah, but I like obviously I'm thinking about it, but not on that trip. No.
So you're thinking about it. So is there like a ETA?
Wait. Does Seb?
Yeah, we've talked about it at some point.
We can always cut this
They'll
out.
cut
Yeah,
it
no,
out.
at some point next year would be probably ideal.